You got skankles.
Skankles.
What is that? Skinny ankles?
Yeah. I got thankles.
You got thankles.
Yeah. I got
thick ankles.
They're not cankles.
Yeah, you can't even see the bone.
Not quite cankles, but they're They're thick.
It's like a slab of ham.
Yeah. Yeah, you look like you might have a hard time right now stealing second. Rounding second.
Good to go. Step on the bass round. Are we live? Are we actually?
We are live right now.
Did what we just said get
Skankles.
recorded about thankles and skankles?
A little bit, but it's all right. We'll cut
good.
it out.
I feel like
we'll cut it out in post.
Yeah, that could be
that's fire.
That could be a fucking clip.
Hey, man, I'm in the Skankle crew with you, bro.
We're Skankles. Skankles for life, bro. Skankles for life. Stay over there with your thankles, bro.
Don't stop too quick on them things. They might not work out.
God.
We'll take you, whatever. I don't know what to say.
You got nothing on that one.
All right, we're going to get started. Start, stop. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Full Belly Podcast. I'm Matt Bell. I'm your host. So thankful to be here. We've got a wonderful guest. He shares the name with a famous celebrity off of a wonderful TV show that is The Office. Not going to tell you who it is. It rhymes with Schmeichel Pot. Not sure if you can guess who it is. Before we get into anything and introduce the co-host as well, I'd like you to take a time out. Make sure that you follow us on whatever platform you're watching this on. If you follow us, the chances are that you're going to see more stuff from us. The chances are that you're going to share more stuff that we put out there. And that's the whole goal of what we're trying to do, is to let people see what we're talking about here. So on Full Belly Podcast, we named it that because we used to be empty in so many ways. And we've figured out how to fill our bellies, how to fill our hearts, how to fill our minds, fill our souls. And we bring guests on that talk about how they did that too. And so we're really excited about this episode. I want to introduce our co-host first, Juan Duarte. You guys know Juan. He's drinking. And he's got a mouthful of water.
My bad.
It's all good, dude. It's all good. This is only our 52nd podcast or something like that.
I was parched, bro.
It's all parched. That's okay. You can't help that.
Yeah.
It is what it is when it happens.
Because it happens.
It happens sometimes, and so before we get into anything, I really want to give a shout out to our sponsor. Rose City Motors actually donated 14 cars to us today, and it's because they love our mission. They think that we're great, and every single one of the trunks in those cars was filled with cash. Don't know where they got it, don't really care. We're going to use it, put it to a great cause. Those vehicles are going to be used for great purposes to take our clients around and get them to doctor's appointments and all kinds of things. So Rose City Motors, fantastic sponsor of ours. Want to thank you guys. If you want to be a sponsor of this show, let us know. We'll give you a shout out, just like Juan is going to do for Rose City Motors. Take it away, Juan.
Oh, man, dude, I'm so blessed. I'm so happy to be here right now, guys, talking about this amazing blessing that we received from Rose City Motors. Rose City Motors is Rose City Motors' second cousin, and it's a car lot that we're not talking about now because we're talking about Rose City Motors. Jimmy Rose over at Rose City Moser, he knows what you don't got a dozer. And now what I want you to think about here, guys, is if you're looking at community impact partnership, you want to run over to Reynolds and Glendale. If they concede, if they intercede, then you're going to find something that you need. And on that lot, you're going to see a Sonata, you're going to see an Accord, you're going to see a Sonata with the back end of an Accord, and you're going to see an Accord with the back end of a Sonata. That's what they got available, and they got about 42 of them. That's what we got, 14 of those big buckaroos to truck around people to doctor's appointments, medical assistant interviews if they need that, as well as dental assessments that they will not have any dental procedures done at. But we want to shout out the money they put in the back that we are going to make sure gets taxed because we're good guys and we play the right rules. Rose City Motors, baby. We're going to tell you guys all about one other thing, how to get a hold of them. When you're not looking to get a hold of anybody, you're going to tap into the walkie-talkie at Secor and Monroe, placed against the side of a building, and it's going to say Rose City Motors. You hit the button, number 1 on there, take you in the gym at Gym City Motors. Rose City Motors. That's what's going to happen when you hit number 1. And when you hit number 1, you're going to get briefed to a woman named Cindy. Cindy will take you around the back of the building and she'll give you a ticket. And once you get that ticket, you won't get a card and you won't get a phone number. And basically nothing happens except for you get a good advertisement. And now I want you to tap in. The real deal, guys. Go to baby boy in the big boy Rose City Motor. And that's where it's going to come into play, guys. You'll get a free car with a trunk full of money, but it's not going to be dollars. It's going to be honey. No funny business here, guys. Thank you. Shout out Rose City Motors. We appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much love, guys.
Thank you, Juan. That was fantastic. Rose City Motors, we wouldn't be able to do what we do without them and the 14 Sonata Civic hybrids and the trunk loads of cash. So thank you guys so much. I'm excited to be here. We haven't done a podcast in, it seems like forever, but it's only been like a week.
Has it?
Yeah, it's been I feel like it's been about a week.
Yeah.
Seems long, or maybe 2 weeks. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like we're in here all the time. I just forget what we do in here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's actually pretty remarkable that we've done 50-something podcasts.
That's wild.
That's
I
what
didn't
I
even
mean.
think of that. Holy crap. Remember the first one at your house upstairs.
Yeah.
It was just me and you.
Yeah.
And Josh, right? Yep.
Josh
yep.
was there. Yeah.
Me, you, and Josh.
Yeah, we did our very first
Yeah,
trial. I was
yeah.
very nervous.
Yeah.
We didn't even have a guest. We certainly didn't even have a guest like Michael frickin' Scott.
No.
guys.
Hey.
Hello, Michael Scott.
How you doing, man?
Welcome, man.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad that you're here.
Oh, man, it's a blessing to be here. Seriously, thank you guys.
Listen, you're one of those guys that every time I see you, just put a smile on my face. I'm serious.
Mm.
It's just good to see you.
With you two, always. Both of you guys, man, are true inspiration, and I just appreciate the open arms every time, man. I see you guys, man. This is truly a blessing, man. I love you boys to death, man.
We love you too, man. Just positivity all the way around. And for what it's worth, man, this is a very strange thing that I'm going to say, but you have great skin.
Thank you.
You just look like you haven't aged since the age of 13.
Yeah. How old are you, dude?
46.
No way, dude. There's
swear
no
to God.
chance you're 46 years
Dude,
old.
I get that all the time.
Bro, no
Yes,
way.
Yes, by the grace of God, 46.
Dude, are you I would have thought you were truly in your 20s, maybe early 30s.
Hey, thanks, Mom, for the skin. Appreciate it.
That's crazy. That is crazy. I just hope to God when I'm 46, I look like Mike, bro.
Okay. Yes.
That's crazy. I look like Haggard from Harry Potter. You know what I mean? Like, what, dude? I look like I make porridge. You're 46, dude?
Yes.
That's weird.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I don't know
Good
what
for
you
you.
were doing. What drugs were you doing?
Man, imagine how I feel if I didn't do drugs, man. I would look.
You literally still look 13.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, seriously, maybe 12.
Yeah. What drugs were you doing? What's your drug of choice?
Alcohol, cocaine, tried dibbled and crack, but those three, man, that was the monster that did it for me.
So we're not going to say that alcohol, cocaine, and a little bit of crack is like the recipe for good skin.
No.
That's not what we're getting at here.
Absolutely not.
We're not saying that here. We are not saying that here, folks. Not
at
saying that alcohol, cocaine, and a sprinkle of crack on top is the fountain of youth. Not saying that at all.
It is not.
Clearly.
Man, dude, it's crazy. That's crazy. How long you been sober this time?
So far, 64 days.
64 days. And before you came back, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Before you came back 64 days ago, what was it like in that span?
I had almost 6 months that time. The longest period of time I've had was 2 years when I first tried this thing 7 years ago. And, man, I'm getting back to that. So I don't have that start over date ever again. The trials and tribulations all the way through that, the surgery, just playing with my life. Like, you know, it's a blessing that I'm still sitting here.
Yeah.
And I got a 13-year-old son that is my world, and he deserves to have his dad, and I deserve to have him. And watching you guys with your babies, man, is a blessing. So I know it's possible. I get to see it, living proof, man.
Dude, I love what you just said right there. And I think that might have gone right past somebody. He deserves you, but you deserve him.
Yes.
I think I was like, even when I'm doing stuff with Josh and making reels and shit like that, like, it's constantly our kids deserve us, man. Our kids deserve us. Our kids deserve us. And they do. I'm not saying that they don't.
Yeah.
But fuck, man, we deserve to have our kids. We deserve to be healthy, happy, whole, productive parents, members of society, and to enjoy what is parenthood.
The
dude.
gift.
We deserve to enjoy that,
Yeah.
right? And I think sometimes it's the opposite. We're like, man, we fucked up, man.
Yeah,
Mm.
I got to prove.
Yeah, we don't. It shouldn't happen, or we don't. I don't deserve that. I mean, the lady in Baltimore. Remember the lady in Baltimore? She fucking had a crack pipe in her throat, dude.
Oh wow.
This lady literally had a broken piece of a crack pipe in her throat, and she thought she deserved that.
And wouldn't take it out, right?
And she didn't want to take it out because she thought it was a penance. She thought it was God's punishment to her. So, like, I mean, just if there's people out there that think they deserve to have a piece of glass in their throat to the point where she couldn't even talk, she's out like this. If there's people that think they should have glass in their throat, I'm sure that there's plenty of people that are like, man, I don't deserve my kids. My kids should be. My kids should be with their grandparents, or they should be with the stepdad, or they should be with whoever the fuck's taking care of them. They don't. I don't deserve them. Yes, you do, man. Get your shit together.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you deserve them, and they deserve you too. That was a whole ass point, dude. Like, thank you for saying that.
No problem. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's a couple times where I wasn't sure you were going to make it out, dog. With all the health complications and some of the things, I was praying for you for a long time, which is another thing. I don't know if you're aware of that, Matt, but the things he's been through with his health, like serious procedure after procedure, like
14
14,
reproductive surgeries. Yes.
14 what?
14 reconstructive surgeries.
On what?
I got shot when I was younger. I was involved in the streets heavy. And the one bullet went in, and it was a hollow point, and it severed my femoral artery here.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I've had a problem with blood clotting over the years a lot. So they've had to literally go in and put a graft in my leg. There's one that runs up in my chest, and they just put a new one here. So considering the drugs I was using, that's the insanity of it. I'm restricting my stuff, but so I know I'm still alive for a reason. Damn, yeah,
miracle.
Absolutely, truly, living, breathing miracle, and it's awesome, man. It's just to sit, and I get the chance to work with young kids to bring them in, especially the at-risk kids that were in the situation that I was in. So they glorify things. So I have a proof. I just pull up my shirt and let them know, like, this is not a game. Man.
Yeah.
So by the grace of God, again, here I am.
Man, that's crazy. Your femoral artery.
Yes. I had a nurse tell me one time, she's like, son, do you know that only 2% of people survive that kind of injury?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Nuts.
That's crazy. And here we are gambling with our lives after that happens, putting the shit into your body and your bloodstream, right?
Yeah.
I've been there. I've done some real stupid shit too. But at some point, man, those engines, those we were talking about rotors. Yeah. You know what I mean? All those parts are freaking car parts inside, bro. They fail. They fail at some point. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna shit.
Yeah, dude. Right? But the demoralizing and like the incomprehensible aspect of most people, it's like a moral dilemma. It's not like what would cause somebody that knows that if they have all these health issues going on and that the outcome is going to make this likely to happen in a severe way, like normal people would be like, I'm not going to do it, right?
Of course not.
But like morally, like, and then it becomes a moral problem. It's not like, clearly we're talking to somebody with very, very good morals and a good heart. Like, that's not the case. I don't need moral reconstruction. Right. I didn't need that. Right. Like what I needed was to understand what I'm dealing with.
Right.
I really didn't understand the problem. What do you say about the question?
If drugs are your answer, what the fuck is your question?
Right.
Oh. Wow.
If drugs and alcohol are your answer, what the fuck is your question?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Exactly.
What could it possibly be?
Right.
If you know that your femoral artery is fucking blasted in pieces, and you're still willing to do something that you know could potentially kill you, more so than that bullet did, right? Mm-hmm. You know that one more drink, one more toot, one more smoke, one more anything could be the last one because of the conditions. That's not like you said, that's not a moral failure, dude.
It's not.
Why am I doing that? That is there are so many layers to that. And people don't understand that. It's not about fucking these are bad people that need to become good, right? We say this all the time. There's a sickness there. That's sick, bro.
Sick people that need to become well.
We are not thinking. We have a thinking problem.
That's right.
And we need to learn how to retrain our brain. And when we can do that, dude.
And I'm in therapy right now doing EMDR, and this is
good for you, bro.
Yeah, it's actually a whole lot of things that I had no idea that were stored away and why I was doing certain things, and just doing that now, man, it's just a weight lifted up just to get a little bit of understanding of just where to start with this and actually use the resources, man. I've had you guys in my life for a while now, but you know what I mean? It's using it, following what you guys have done to make this thing work. You know what I mean?
Have you felt that way with with therapy before? Like, have you felt like you made progress with therapy in treatment before?
Not until I got honest. You know, my problem was in the past, I was full of shit. You know what I mean? I thought I was getting one over on them. You know what I mean? And I never gave it a full real chance until about a year ago. I just processing the depths of so many people in my life, man. It's just been since early age. 9 years old, I just start seeing people fall off. You know, it's just sick. You know what I mean?
It is sick, man. And it's I don't know if it was this way for you, but for me, especially as a guy, opening up with a woman who was my therapist, who I didn't have any sort of relationship with, and certainly didn't fucking trust, because I didn't trust anybody throughout addiction, and you know, like losing my dad, going into addiction because of a lot of that. So now I'm like, people are leaving me. If I tell you, if I love you, you're going to fucking leave me again. Yeah. If I open up and be vulnerable with you, you're going to do something to hurt me. I don't fucking have faith in anything, because it's really hard to have faith when you're fucking shooting dope and smoking crack and you know what I mean? Like, you can't just pray for more of that shit and it comes. You can't pray the fucking cell opens up and releases you from jail. You can't pray for that shit. You lose all faith, and then all of a sudden you get to a point where someone's telling you to open up to this person that you just met.
Man.
Open up to this person. It'll help you.
Yeah.
And they told me that every single time in treatment, and I never did it. But I'm telling you, the one time, this last time that I actually opened up, man, I'm thinking about the feelings that I had where I actually started to believe and like buy into therapy. I was like, damn, this is what they said would happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is like that feel good feeling.
Oh, I'm getting the chills.
This is the therapeutic value that they talk about in this. Like, if I just talk and be honest, if I ask questions, like if I put in the fucking work to therapy, there's a huge benefit to it, man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's
therapy.
real. It's real.
Therapy. I got one of the greatest therapists, my private therapist outside of here. And it's kind of funny, my therapists here, they're all intertwined. So, and then some of the other women here, like Angie, and man, it's just all one group. And now Sherry's here, man. So I got like 4 aunts. So there's no fucking wiggle room whatsoever, and they're on my ass, and it's what I need, the accountability for it, man. You know, I've had those sessions when I finally got open with my therapist, just I couldn't stop bawling, crying, man, just ugly crying, snot and boogers everywhere, bro. But it was so relieving, and I'm like, man, wow. Because I didn't grow up to that. You know, their emotions and feelings weren't something that we talked about whatsoever. You just tucked them away and you kept it going, you know. So, man, it feels good.
Same. Yeah, that's a good point, too. We don't want to fucking talk as guys.
Right.
We don't
Which is wild.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I get it. And what I love, like, about us and here and like the conversations we have is like, you know, those are like cultural norms, you know, that societal norms that have become societal and cultural norms.
Yes.
And so now those are like the baseline for being a successful individual or man. And the truth is, like, it rots us, you know, and like here, what I love is that what we're trying to foster and create here and establish is a culture that allows that and celebrates that, right?
Yes.
Doesn't see that as a weakness. And for us to do that, like, we need to continue to have people like you sharing that testimony, you know, 3 people that are reaffirming something like, hey man, if you want to get better, this is what it looks like. And you'll also feel a reward in that.
Yes.
You know, but that's crazy. Like, what, I'm not supposed to cry when my freaking dad dies?
Man, dude, whoa.
I'm not supposed to cry when this girl breaks up with me? I'm supposed to just be tough? I spent 4 years with her. Like, I'm a human.
Yeah. Dude, when watching you just overtake a group and when your emotions come out, like our FAD meeting, dude. I mean, to watch the mothers just be able to sit in their actual feelings because it's coming from a son, you know what I mean, a father. Bro, I love the fact that you are just so emotionally hooked to this thing, man. And that honestly was a driving force from the beginning for me to be like, you know what, Mike, let your guard down. You're in a place that's safe. You don't need your guard.
Yeah.
That guard is what kept me out there doing that shit, you know what I mean? So
it's important, man.
Yeah.
So
It's important to have people like Juan. You're a good dude, man.
I appreciate you.
Seriously, that's like also a very, very good point. Like, you walk into a treatment center and see somebody like Juan up there just fucking crying and talking about shit, bro. Like, you know what, man? This is where I need to be.
absolutely.
I'm not going to be judged here. Truly, I'm dead ass serious. You know, like, I can be me, man. This guy's up here fucking talking about he's got no shoes on and he's talking about fucking just crying and shit.
Yeah.
And then he started crying and made us all feel weird. And
Now
I'm
I'm
like, you know what?
crying.
I can cry too.
Now I'm crying.
That's how it is. It's how it is. Dude, I started, remember we were at Jason's 15, was it 15?
Yeah.
I just started crying, dude.
Dude.
Like, after Jason Mooring, you know,
Yeah, I know
he gave his lead, and we went to his lead a couple weekends ago and talking afterwards and just kind of like reminiscing because Jason was a big part of my process too early on. He was sober, and I didn't stay sober at that time when he got sober, but I knew him, and we all knew a bunch of people, and we were talking about how some people aren't here anymore and shit. And bro, I just started fucking crying at a meeting, an outside meeting, dude, in front of a bunch of people. But I do at home a lot, to be honest with you. I cry at home a lot.
Yeah, with baby.
With the baby, dude.
Yeah.
Almost a daily basis.
Yep.
I'll just, dude, it's hard not to cry looking into her eyes.
It's such a big gift. Are you kidding me? Of course. And it's so healthy, man.
That's
it really
a big
is.
gift.
It's a gift, dude.
Yeah.
It keeps me strong.
Dude, my son's 13, and I still, to this day, my ritual, as soon as he goes to sleep, I watch him for a while. I think he waits for it, caress his head down. And you know how many times I'm just breaking down, like, this is, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
that's the meaning of life, dude.
Yeah, it is.
To have children.
Yeah.
To just and groom them into young men and women, dude, into good humans. It's such a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Man.
Pass it all down, dude.
Yeah.
Damn. That's deep.
And it's good that I'm able to be honest with him. I have to, because I didn't grow up with a dad at all. No positive male figures whatsoever. So being transparent with my baby, man, he knows everything. His mother and I made a point to do that to him. So just to look in his eyes and see just pure, man, innocence. But he has swear that because of my story, he swears he'll never smoke, he'll never drink, he won't do be in the streets, the gangs, none of that stuff. And, that's the blessing that I had that chance to be honest with him. So he knows the reality of it, not what he sees on TV or in the movies or video games. This shit is fucking real, man.
That's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
You ever think about it too? Like, I mean, right now is a very tough time for kids to be growing up. You know what I mean? And so to think about the grand scheme of things and to like a lot of times be like, man, why did this shit happen to me? And if you can look at it and be like, man, my son does not want to do that shit because I did and because he saw what it did to me. That's why.
Yes.
Because now my son gets to grow up and know what not to do.
That's right.
Like, because we can learn from our own mistakes, but we can learn from other people's mistakes too.
Absolutely.
And so, like, man, this happened to us so that it doesn't have to happen to our kids.
Yes.
That shit's dope.
It is.
Like, and if we can tap into that and try to think of that in a positive way, kind of pads the blow a little bit. Like, damn, shit, all the bad shit that happened to us, it makes sense. It's
crazy.
It's for a reason.
I think about that in reference to I was probably more convinced by you than anybody else when I first got sober. I was 100%, like, because I didn't have the experience of relapse or anything, but I felt a sense of relatability or a wanting to relate with you. I just admired the shit out of you. You helped me get sober and helped me be in the seat, dude. But your experience like really translated that way for me. Like, I didn't have to learn a lot because I would listen to you. Like, it was listening to you. Like, oh shit, 28. He went to 28. I'm really similar to this dude. You know what I mean? And I would hear the things that you would say because I related so heavily to you. I'm like, yeah, no, that's me. That's me. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to do it. And that's the gift of like wisdom, man. Passing wisdom down. And letting it be. Like, man, I don't want to work any harder than I have to get hurt and learn some shit, dog.
Oh. Man, accepting you guys' wisdom was the biggest key for me, dude. 'Cause I listened to it for 7 years from other guys, you know what I mean? But to have people that I could actually see I saw me. You know
That's what I mean.
Like, yeah.
Right?
Oh my God, yes. Yes.
That's what I mean.
Yes.
It's huge, dude.
Yeah.
That's power. There's a lot of power in that.
Yeah.
A lot of freaking power in that.
Oh.
Yeah, bro.
Sounds like some Rick Ross.
It's too good. So what's next for you, man? What's the plans?
Oh man, the plan now is just to right now service work is my biggest thing.
It's a good initial plan.
That's why I'm here. You know what I mean? So I am open to whatever God has for me. Honestly, dude. Get to work with some amazing programs. Program Inc. Man, they are doing some of the greatest things in this world. They, man.
Shout out Trey.
Yes, Trey. Savannah, you guys are awesome. Thank you. We got a dodgeball economic program coming up soon. It's going to be amazing. These kids are what I needed as a kid. You know what I mean? These are bright, bright, bright kids. And I know the reason I'm still alive today is because of these children. My story has to be told to these kids. I have to be one-on-one with these kids. You know what I mean? That is it. That is my passion. That is my drive. You know what I mean? And it starts with my baby. To be able to do it with him and cross it over. So my plan, dude, is that. That's just it.
Bro, being of service, man, that's a great, like, if you do nothing else other than not drink and use, just being of service.
Yeah.
In the very beginning, at least, you know, like, we're right where you're at right now. That's a great, that'll get you really far, bro.
It really will.
That'll get you really far. Like, you stay out of trouble, you're occupying a lot of time, and you're practicing the ultimate form of humility and selflessness, which is trying to help somebody else and not even thinking about yourself or expecting anything in return.
Yeah.
And if you can practice, because that takes practice, right? What we were doing in addiction was not that. It was all selfishness.
Yeah.
So if we can practice not doing what we were doing in addiction, develop some new healthy habits, helping people, getting used to just doing things without anything in return, and do that for a period of time to where it just becomes second nature, and it's just like, okay, I'm gonna wake up and do something. I'm gonna do something nice for somebody today. Like who do now you're around people that are doing those things too.
Yeah.
Now you're surrounding yourself with people that actually, and you're just gonna absorb a lot of positive shit. And that's a really good plan, bro. If nothing else, just keep doing that.
Yes.
And things will just like organically start to ripple out from there. Goodness, more good things, more good avenues, more good opportunities.
Yep.
It'll happen, dude. It'll happen.
I got proof.
Yeah, no, for real.
I'm telling you from
Literally.
experience, it will happen. I'm not just like saying, hey, I think that I've heard that this happens. No, fuck, dude. It happens.
Literally what happened.
It happens.
The spirit of altruism.
Yeah.
Just like get up and want to make the world a better place. And so go do that. And like relationships get built because you're serving people. They appreciate you. They love you. People then want to help you too in return. You know, just so many spiritual gifts involved with that, man. And the altruistic aspect, I think, is so important. What Matt said, just being altruistic, not expecting anything in return, you know, is really important, but also not being attached to an outcome. I'm doing this because it's the right thing. You know, I'm doing something good because it's the right thing to do, not because you can try to help the world or people and it won't happen. You know, what happens, like, I mean, I care a lot about you. You know, what would have happened if I would have felt defeated in your stumblings, you know? And I think a lot of people, when they get into this field or try to help people, become really attached to that outcome and forget that the goal is just to be kind and good and do good things, you know? And that's really hard, though, man.
I can only imagine. Like, oh, man, you guys are a godsend to so many of us, you know, and just, oh, man. Yeah. I got that from you. Yeah. Sometimes that's all you can really say is,
Yeah.
Speaking of I was looking at Vice. I wanted to bring this up today. I was looking at Vice's Instagram page, and they were talking about a guy who took 40,000 ecstasy pills and survived.
What?
So that was the first. That was the first like main, you know, picture on the carousel. So you got to swipe to the right.
Right.
I was talking about this guy began taking ecstasy pills at the age of 21, and he took 5 tabs a weekend. So he hit 25 pills a day for 4. Wait a minute. This became 3.5 pills every single day then.
Jesus.
And at his peak, he was doing 25 pills a day, bro. 25 X pills a day. And he did that for 4 years straight. Can you imagine? Dude, think about what one fucking X pill would do right now. The walls would be melting. We'd be fucking hugging each other.
Jaw-jacking.
We'd be sitting here talking like this. I'd be swimming in this fucking carpet, literally swimming.
Yeah.
I would be taking laps.
Yo, how did he afford it?
Right?
That's a really good question. I
Selling
wasn't even thinking about that.
Just
That's an
selling a
expensive
ton of
habit.
ecstasy?
Well,
Like,
yeah, he might be
and you
making
give
them.
ecstasy when
Yeah.
you're on ecstasy. You're like, no, you don't got to pay.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, for the 25 that he took, he gave away fucking 400 a day.
That boy got a tighten jaw, dog.
He's got a really strong
like a
fucking
box.
jaw.
Jawline real strong.
His teeth, dude, are flat. They look like blocks. They're just flattened all the way across and grinding back and forth, dude.
That boy will chew through a steak bone, dog.
Can't chew meat, dude. It just fucking bounces around in his mouth. He has no points or fucking nothing on his teeth.
He's an omnivore now, dude. Or herbivore.
It's like just trying to like, just imagine banging a steak
mashing.
with your 2 fists, dude. It's like not chewing it up at all. He's got to learn how to swallow steak whole. He just mashes it down and sucks the nutrients out of it and then swallows.
Spit out the bone like a seed.
He just swallows the juices and spits the fucking fiber out, dude.
Oh my
God.
Yeah. I want to
Yeah,
meet him.
dude, ecstasy's a hell of a drug.
Yeah,
It's a hell of a drug. That's crazy, bro. Think about that.
That's beyond.
He said his
insane.
long-term memory was fine, but he could not remember day-to-day things like the time, the day, what was in his supermarket trolley. You know, this guy was probably in England somewhere.
Yeah, they rave hard over there, bro.
Real hard.
I guess so. 40,000 pills over 9 years, I think is what it came down to.
Doesn't that stuff burn a hole in your brain or something, they say?
I'm sure it doesn't fill the holes in your brains. I'll tell you that.
Burning holes somewhere.
Oh, shit.
If it don't burn a hole, I'm sure it's not filling them.
I mean, what else is going on in the world today?
That's crazy.
That's beyond nuts, bro.
Absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this from Vice. Also, decriminalizing drugs doesn't increase fatal overdoses. Study confirms. That's another hot topic.
Decriminalizing doesn't increase?
Correct. And so I think a lot of people think that if you
Yeah.
decriminalize it, now there's going to be drugs
Right.
everywhere.
And more people are going to
And
die.
more people are going to die, more
Yeah.
people are going to use, more people are going to whatever, right?
Right.
And so there's studies that are saying that essentially that does not happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this has happened in other like parts of the
Yeah.
world, like Portugal and
Yeah.
I don't even know, maybe like
Yeah.
I don't know, parts of Europe and shit.
What's crazy, I've never heard a study that says that decriminalizing does cause more.
But
You
in your
always hear
mind,
the
you think
trend.
that it would,
Right.
right? Like, hey, let's
Right.
just make heroin legal.
Right.
Oh shit, we're gonna have a ton of heroin addicts.
Right. Right.
But it's really interesting how when it has the opposite effect. And
Yeah.
again, I'm not an expert on this. I don't even
Right.
want to.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
don't even want to pretend because there are people that like love this shit,
Right.
study it, live by it, harm reductionist, all these different types of things that are out there because the war on drugs is it's been futile so far, right? Like we've been fighting and
It's
nothing.
only gotten worse.
It's gotten worse. So,
Mm-hmm.
so it's just that part's interesting. And you'll see the same people talk about like syringe service programs,
Yeah.
right? Like even methadone clinics. Like this shit just makes things worse. You're just enabling people. Blah,
Right.
Blah, blah. Well, you look at the data.
The data says
The
otherwise.
data says otherwise,
Yeah.
man. The
Right.
data says otherwise. And
Yeah.
so there's a reason there, you know. And again, understanding what addiction means and how it's not just, oh, let's make it legal. People are going to use. No, people
Yeah.
are using. Whether it's legal or not,
People are using.
people are using, and the people that are going through that trauma, that pain, that experience that caused them to want to use, that's going to happen whether it's legal or
No
not.
matter what.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like all of a sudden we flipped the switch to
Right.
from illegal to illegal,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, boom, now we've got an influx of addicts.
And
It's
again,
not-
like that part too is like people just taking like a moral approach towards this issue, right? Like my feelings are involved in saying this is like what I want it to be the best way.
right,
I want no, dude, like the data reflects this. So that's what it is, right? Like your personal feelings and your moral like convictions
Yeah.
are not going to influence the data and
Right.
what's happening here. You know what I mean? Like, do I agree and I want it to be like that? No.
Yeah.
But the data shows this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get out of the fucking way and be a part of the solution right now.
yeah, right.
You know, I mean, I can look at that and say I'm clearly, you know, my moral fucking compass ain't the one that you should pay attention
I
to.
just wish it was decriminalized when I was using. That would have been nice to
fun.
not have to go to jail so much.
Yeah, we would have went to like
Give me
some
a fucking ticket and send me to treatment, officer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, God,
Walking
bro.
into a
Can
shipping
I get those
container.
days back, dude? Like, I spent a lot of time behind bars.
right, right.
I love the
Dang.
fact that you guys actually do research all this stuff. And I think that's what kind of sets it apart here at Team Recovery, too, that this is more research than just
A personal opinion that it's a
yes,
choice.
Yes.
Everything we do is intentional, man. Everything, every single thing here, literally,
Yeah.
to the color of this fucking room. I'm not kidding.
To your homeboy sitting next to you.
Yeah, no, you ain't lying, bro.
Yeah,
Abby's
don't
over
forget
there.
Abby.
Yeah, what up, Abby?
Don't sleep on her. She's over there. She's there for a reason.
Hey.
She watches everything. Security, you know what I'm saying?
Ebony Thatcher's her real name.
Ebony Thatcher.
Mm-hmm. Ebony.
It's top flight
We
security.
got her as Ebby over there, but her real name's Ebony.
Middle name Legless.
Ebony Legless Thatcher, boy.
ELG.
Yeah.
Data. The word data is a weird word. For some
Data.
reason, I'm like,
Data,
a lot of
yeah.
people say data, then you say data. I say data too.
Yeah.
but hearing somebody say, I think you were going to say daddy. For some reason, if you look at the daddy,
I
it fucking speaks for
definitely
itself.
was not going to say daddy. That's not what. No, you were like daddy.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
All you have to do is research the daddy, and you'll see that it's very.
You know why
clear.
I say data? That's what I say.
Yeah.
But you say data.
I don't say data. I say data.
So I said daddy because you were going to say datey.
Datey. If you just research the datey, that's not. That's not
I
right.
just took you for a loop.
Wow. Mike, we like to allow our guests to ask questions.
Mhm.
Did Juan prep you on this?
No,
No,
Jesus Christ.
no.
that's being honest.
We
right
like to
there.
we like to end with you interviewing us essentially.
Okay.
And if there's a question, and if you don't have one since you weren't prepped, that's okay. But truly anything that you want to ask about personal life, recovery, business, fun, whatever the hell, dude. Ask us questions. We would love to answer some questions for you.
My first question's for both of you. How do you stay so driven in this field, man, after losing so many people that you guys have helped over the years? How do you stay sane and driven? Because I know it's got to crush you.
You want to go on?
I can hear the wheels turning.
Man, dude. First of all, I feel responsible to do so, deeply responsible. Secondly, I desperation, fuels me, and that motivates me in a whole bunch. It's multifaceted desperation. It's desperate that if I don't do this, I'm going to go back to where I was, and I don't want that. Desperate enough that the desperation that if we don't do this, and then nobody will. Knowing that this is what I love to do. This is what I'm here for, bro. This is what I'm here for. I was 4 years old watching a fucking commercial that showed like people that needed to be helped and that didn't have things, and I cried and I knew I wanted to help them. Like, I'm here to love people. That's what I'm here for. I don't question that one bit. What am I going to do? Go sell cars at Rose City Motors? No. Like, I'm here to do this. I'm designed to be in the seat, to love you, to cry with you, to be at the front of the room when nobody else is willing to cry and shed my heart. That's what I'm supposed to do, and I'm responsible for that calling. Yeah.
I don't feel, you said the question was how do you remain driven? I don't need to feel driven to do this. That's the thing. Like it's like waking up and brushing your teeth. You know what I mean? Like, or just waking up and like breathing air.
Yep.
This is what I do. I don't need drive to come in here and keep going. Like, I come in here because it's just part of me. It has become a part of who I am. It's become part of Matt Bell, that this is what I do, and this is just what it's going to be for the rest of my life. I don't need to stay driven. Yes, there's ups and downs, but there's ups and downs in anything in life. Doesn't matter where you go. You go to Rose City Motors, you're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. Right? You go to fucking work as a doctor, you're going to have good days and bad days. Come work here, you're going to have good days and bad days. But I know this is where I'm supposed to be. I know for a fact. Again, we were talking about all the things that happen to us. Why did they happen? So our kids can not make those same mistakes. I believe that part of why those things happen to me is because I'm supposed to be here doing this. I believe that wholeheartedly. Like, there is no, in my mind, it makes perfect sense, and so it's just, dude, I was talking with someone, I think I mentioned to you this morning, someone, this is social services, man. We're trying to help people here. And there's no competition in this for us. There is no, we're trying to, hurt anybody else or the other agencies or any of that sort of stuff, or we think we're better than you or any of that shit, dude. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care how other people are operating.
Yep. We're
going to do what we do here, and we're going to do it to the best of our ability every single day. That's it. I don't care what happens outside of these walls. Somebody called me recently and was like, listen, man, I know that you guys have increased your services significantly in the area, and to be completely honest with you, it's put a dent in our services. Like our census is down, our business is struggling, you're taking our staff. This is what this person called and said to me. They're like, we're having a really tough time operating, and we're just trying to figure out if we should continue to even have expansion plans, or if we should just try to downsize because you are actually affecting our business. what can you tell me what you're going to be doing in the future? Like, are you guys going to be expanding? Are you opening a detox? All these questions from this quote unquote competitor, right? And I told him, I was like, yes, we are. We're going to do what we need to do. Like whatever the community is calling for out of us, that's what we're going to do. And if we can do it, if we can continue to be the best that we are at it, then the answer is yes. Like, we're going to do it. If we can't step up and add more and be as good as we were with what we were doing before, then we won't grow. We're always going to remain excellent at what we do. Excellence is our standard. So the guy was like, I don't know. I told him, I was like, if you want us to stop, you're going to have to kill me. That's what I told him too. Like, there's just no stopping. I'm sorry. If you want us to stop, if you want this to stop, and not just me, you're going to have to wipe out our whole team because I am not team recovery. If I'm gone, this place still functions, right? Like this place will survive. So you're going to have to wipe out our whole management team. If you want this place to stop growing and stop affecting your business, because you're viewing this as competition, I hope that you have a really good assassin because you're going to have to kill us all.
Yeah, say that.
Man, wow. I had to fight back tears listening to you guys, man. Seriously, wow. This is, wow. Hard to put. I got no words, man. It's just a whole spiritual thing, man. For real, man. You guys are a godsend and fucking amazing, man. Thank God for your journeys, for real, man. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Give us another question.
It all happens for a reason, man.
It
all
does,
happens
and
for a
I'm a
reason.
true, firm believer in that. So let's see another question. How you gonna take this to the next level?
How are we going to take this to the next level? Well, I mean, dude, we got some really good people here right now.
Yeah, hell
We
yeah.
got some really good people here right now, and just slow and steady. Slow and steady is a good way to summarize it all. You know, like we know a lot of people, we know a lot of things on what we want to do. Dude, I've got stuff scheduled out literally in my calendar for like 2028. Like we've got a strategic plan, and we're really, really dissecting this stuff. And we've got, dude, I got offer letters from people that are starting next month. I got offer letters that are for people that are starting in January. I got offer letters for people that are starting in March next year. Like already signed, accepted offer. The pieces are coming together continuously, right? Like we're solid, bro.
Yeah.
But with the plans to grow, like it's very slow and methodical. And it's constantly assessing where the needs are. Like that's one thing that I will say that we did with Team Recovery from Genesis, from Jump, is like what's needed. And that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. At the time when we started, nobody was doing family support. So we started a fucking family support group. Nobody had a hotline that was like actually worth a shit. So we started a hotline. You know, like nobody was doing the fun fellowship type of shit. Nobody was doing it like that. So we did it, right? And then it was detox. We help open up detox, right? Like there were 16 beds in Lucas County. We ended up opening like 45 beds or some shit, you know, through a former business relationship. And then it got to, now there's no sober living. There's no long-term sober living. So what did we fucking do? We opened 90 sober living beds on Douglas Road. You know, like what does the community need? And I truly hope that one day those 90 sober living beds aren't needed.
Right.
Because everybody gets better and moves on and doesn't need sober living. We'll shut them down and turn them into normal rentals, but then we'll go do the next thing that's needed. We'll always have a pulse on Toledo, Ohio, and make sure that we are fulfilling the needs of Toledo, Ohio. That's what we'll do.
Yeah.
Because we're from here, bro. We fucking took from this city. We care about this place. We love this place. We used in this place. We got sober in this place, and we will always be for this place.
Thank God for y'all boys, man.
Yeah, man.
That was fucking real right there, dog.
Hell
You
yeah.
clip that shit up, dog.
Shoo!
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, man. Dude, I love it. I love what we do. I mean, I was messaging last night. I was saying today, I love that I don't got to try to do this. I don't either. This is just what life is. And for me, looking at what's next or how do we grow or anything like that, I think if we take care of what we're doing and we provide excellence and we just put our best into it, that it's going to happen. Like that's the history of our experience here, is that we've put our heart into it and opportunities have just, doors have opened. Doors have opened, doors have closed, and we've ended up where we need to be. And for me, I'm so big on, I love that Matt can see the way he sees, and for me, you know, I feel like my job in that is to see the things that he can't see. You know what I mean? And to pay attention to those things. And if he's looking at a large lens in 2028, then how can I look at 230 today and pay attention to whoever the person is at 230, you know, and make sure that the individual, you know, Matt can look at 99 people, and what I'm really good at is looking at one. You know what I mean? And doing that a lot of times. And so for me, it's just paying attention to one person and making sure that while we're looking big, we're also looking very, very clearly and precisely through a microscope and in different ways. So,
Fuck.
Yeah.
Shit.
That was so good.
Yeah,
That was a reel too, dog. That was a clipper. Wow. That was a LA Clipper, dude. That was a LA Clipper.
LA Laker Clipper.
Clippers in LA now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure I said that.
Yeah.
Is that what it sounded really stupid? That was a Los Angeles. That was a Boston Clipper.
That was a freaking San Diego Nugget.
Oh gosh.
A San Diego Nugget, man. The Washington Broncos. Man, that was great, bro. Thank you.
Yeah,
I had a
you,
really
guys.
good time with you, for real.
Love
great,
you,
Great
brother.
conversation. You know we love you. I'm proud of you. Keep it up.
Thank you, brothers.
Keep doing your thing, man. Keep doing your thing. Thank you guys for watching. That was a great episode. If you found value in it, which I know that you did, please, if you haven't already, follow. Make sure that you share this with somebody. That's what this is all about. That's why we do this. We put a lot of energy into putting this together, setting it up, time allocation towards filming. So share this with somebody. It would mean a lot to us. If you need anything, make sure that you call us at 419-561-LIFE. That is our hotline. We don't care if we're able to help you out with us or not. We just want to help you out. And so we have a vast array of resources that we've developed over the last 8 years of doing this. And we are here to listen to you, let you vent, provide you with, you know, resource groups, support groups, whatever it might be, or treatment linkage, whether that's with us or with somebody else. So we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, Juan. Thank you, Mike, Michael Scott. Not Michael Scott from the office. Michael Scott from Team Recovery. Hey, you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.